So now, in the case that you are not a Hong Kong resident and not a Hong Kong citizen neither, you are not allowed to stay in Hong Kong and carry out business, basically. So if you come, I don't know, where you come from, actually, US, you said. You have, do you have any ties with Hong Kong, or not at all? You are a US person 100%, right? Sorry?
I'm a nomad.
You're a nomad. Okay. So imagine that you are a nomad and you want to become a Hong Kong resident. So you decide, okay, I stop traveling around, I stay in Hong Kong and I have my base here. Well, you are not allowed to just stay here and work, okay, for your company. You need to have what we call an investment visa. Okay, so this is the traditional, I mean, this is the most famous visa to operate a company in Hong Kong, okay? Now, for some of you, if you are working here or if you're already dependent, do we have some dependents here? Yeah, this is a great visa to operate a business. So you are allowed to operate a business with your dependent. So I'm dependent as well. It's a really cool visa. I would say even better than investment, because with the dependent you can do almost everything you want like a PR, almost. You're just not citizen of Hong Kong, but you can have several jobs, you know, you can have a part-time, you can have a company, 2 companies, you know, it's totally all right. So for example, in my case, I have now 2 companies. I'm teaching at university once a week, you know, I take a lecture there. So it's part-time things. So you can do everything you want. So this is a really cool visa, and well, if you already have it, I mean, that's great. If you don't have this chance, the other way around is the investment visa. So I'm not an expert in visa, but I know that some people are interested in that. So if you want, I can give you some referrals to talk to the right person. But the key idea with the investment visa is that you are supposed to make a contribution to the local economy, okay? And how the immigration will actually assess whether you are making this contribution or not, if it's big enough, is that one, you have business premises. So that means you have an office, a real one, not a virtual office, like a real office with a tenancy agreement with your name on it, okay? Then you need to hire locals, okay? So the first staff you hire has to be a local. I mean, don't start to think, oh, I will hire some of my buddies back in Ireland or something, you know. Like you have to hire locals. And then the third thing is you need money, basically. You have to show that you have financial resources, that you are independent. Because Hong Kong is an expensive city, as you all guys know. You cannot just live here like in Thailand with $500 a month, you know. 5,000 Hong Kong dollars a month. Here you will need much more, okay? So they ask you to show that you have money. How much? Between 500,000 and $1 million, Hong Kong. You don't have to give it to the government. You don't have to put it in your business, but you need to say, hey, look, somewhere in some of my bank accounts, I have this money. So that means you can survive in Hong Kong for a while, okay? So this is the investment visa. This is the 3, I would say the 3 pillars, the 3 key ideas of the visa. Now after, again, there is some specificities and details, etc. But I'm not an expert, so if you want a contact, I can give it to you, but just to have an idea. Okay? Now, yeah.
Is there a Hong Kong entrepreneur's visa?
Is there a what?
Hong Kong entrepreneur's visa?
It's the investment visa.
There's a new one, right?
No, there's the new one.
There's a new one?
Yeah.
There's a new one. It's called a startup visa.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't even know about that one.
It's only just come out, I think, a month ago or something.
Okay. Well, I was busy last month. Spent some time with some Irish there, man. I have no idea. Yeah. My brain is recovering now. You know. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, I'm not aware of it. No, I don't know. But if there is one, check it out, because the visa I talked about before is not an easy visa. It takes around 6 months to get it. You know, yeah. Okay, and then you need to show the money, which not everybody has. I mean, I have many people that are like startup company that are less than 25 years old. You know, they don't have $1 million to show around. You know, so yeah. But that's interesting. What you know about it? Maybe.
I don't know a great deal.
Nothing else.
Sorry, there's very little about it online.
Yeah.
Just on the slides.
Yes.
Sorry about it.
Yeah, no worries. But if you give me your card or email, I send you that tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So yeah, the entrepreneur visa. So worth having a look. I have no clue, so I won't comment on it because I totally don't know. Now, what I keep telling you since the beginning is like hire a consultant. Don't do it by yourself. The reason why is not because I do this business and I want to have all of you as clients. That would be sweet actually. But the reason is because it will cost you the same to do it yourself, almost. Okay. Well, rule number one: don't do it yourself. Why don't do it yourself? I didn't put it there, but basically, if you remember, I will answer this question after. I told you it's the first time doing this presentation, and it will be easier for me to explain in a few moments. I will show you why not to do it yourself. The rule number 2 will be choose the right consultant. Okay, what I mean by that is these. Ask for full packages. Okay, so make sure you are comparing apples with apples and not apples with pineapples and mangoes. Okay, so make sure you are comparing the same things because consultant can be tricky sometimes. Okay, I will not give any examples and give any names, but just let you know. The other thing is check the ongoing price. So okay, I set up with you, but how much it will cost me in 1 year from now? You know, what's your accounting cost? What's your legal maintenance cost? Because basically there is one. Really few people in Hong Kong make money with the setup. I tell you, the margin are like that. The whole idea is that if you can hook a client now, you will keep him year after year, you know, with accounting, legal maintenance, etc. So some consultant or accountant will be tempted to just say, you know what, I do it at cost or something, and then after they bump up the price for accounting, for legal maintenance, etc. So just make sure that you get the whole cost afterwards, know how much it will cost you later on. Okay? Now let me give you an example here. This is a real example. I went to pick up these numbers on the website. It's quite famous, and those guys do really well. And actually, their service is great. So I'm not bitching about them, but just about the technique here. I'll tell you, like, take a full package. Open a company for 588. Well, here we already see that this is not possible. Why? Somebody listen to me today? Yeah. So we have the CI, we have the BR, so it's already $4,000. And also, how can you make it for 588 if there is $4,000 to pay the government? It's impossible. So what they will do is they will say, well, the 588 is basically for us to fill in the paper, the NNC one and the IRB one. Okay. But then after that, you have to pay the government fee, you have to pay the green box, you have to pay the registered address, you have to pay the company secretary. And then if you want to have a bank account, which kind of makes sense because a business without a bank account is quite difficult to operate, you need certified true copies. And then it will be good also to have a bit of bank support, meaning taking the appointment for you and also briefing you about like how to present yourself, which I kind of did briefly earlier today. Okay, so these are the price I got from that website today. Yesterday. So I guess they are still the same today. So government fees, we know it, 3,970. Green box is really cheap. It's almost the price I buy mine, but 488. So this package is actually cheap. Registered address, 1,088 is a good price. Company secretary, 1,088, super cheap. I tell you, most of ComSec, they will charge you 2K. So when you see a fees at 1,000, the next question for company secretary is like, do you charge me extra when you do something for me? I'm not kidding, because that's the way. It's like they will say it's 1,000, but then each time you call them, they charge 1,000 an hour. Okay, so it becomes a bit expensive if you call them twice or 3, 4, 5 times a year. The other thing is certified true copies. Here also extremely cheap. 488 is for the certified true is really cheap. Actually, it's even cheaper than what I pay my auditor. It's true. We should show that to Steven. So if you look at me on the video, so check that one. So total is not 588. Is 9,598. Okay, all these numbers I didn't make them up. I checked them yesterday. I tell you. Now, and I tell you this is cheap. These look more like it. A green box they generally charge for around $1,000 extra. Registered address, yeah, 1,005. Company secretary, we are more around 2,000-3,000. Certified true copies is 1,000, 1,200. That's the usual price. And then bank support. It depends. Actually, few people even offer it, but when they do is around 2K is kind of realistic. So, price to open a company around that. Now, why I'm telling you since the beginning, don't do it yourself, is because if you do it yourself, what you will save is this is $588, and the government and the government fee you still have to pay them. So actually, the only thing you save, is the filling of the paper. So just get that out and you still have to pay the remaining amount here. Okay, because you will have to find an address, you will have to find a ComSec, you will have to certify your copies. You will not get bank support, which may means that you will not have bank account as well. Because I get people after calling me guys like, I can't open a bank account, so you have to give them some advice on that. Green box, you will have to do it yourself, even if it's not mandatory. The papers and chops that are inside are useful, as I said before. So so that's why I'm telling you, don't do it yourself because you will find something around those prices in Hong Kong, no problem. If the price is under that, start asking questions because this is cheap. Those guys don't really make much money there, I tell you. Now, I will give you here our price basically. So to work with us, we charge for the company setup 9,800. So everything included, we charge 9,800. So this is my politics with not politics, my policy with ATHENASIA, with our companies. Like we don't make price list, with like everything broken down. We offer package. Our clients, they don't come. I always, Cathy started in January actually, and what I keep telling her is like, don't annoy clients. They don't care about the BR or whatever. They just want the job done. So basically what we do is like, we get package where we handle a part of the job. In this case, company setup, boom, is 9,800. It's simple, includes everything. I will not call you back in 2 weeks saying, hey, by the way, do you want a green box? Hey, by the way, do you have a company secretary? Hey, by the way, so that's the way we work. So 9,008, everything included. Oh, and we don't have anything, just to get back to that one, we don't have any kind of policy as well as that. Okay, 9,008, you get your company in 2 weeks, but if you pay 5,000 more, we get it in 5 days, For us, as soon as we receive the money and the information, we start incorporation. It will take between 2 to 5 days to get a reply from the government. We get a nice surprise. When was that? It's 2 weeks ago, right? That you send the things at 4:50 or something. Yeah, it was so random. I mean, she sent it at 4:45 or 4:50, and we get a reply at 5 that says, okay. 5:45, okay. So we get a reply from the government that says, okay, fine. So it was like really within an hour we got it. So normally the government takes a bit of time, so around 2 to 5 days. Then after we need 5 days is if you try during Chinese New Year or Christmas or like those really crazy busy period with nobody in the office, that would take longer. But normally 2-3 days it's done. Then we have to ask for the green box. We order the green box. It takes 1 day to 2 days to arrive in the office. So within a week it's done basically with us. We just do it. We don't charge extra for express because there's no express actually. You just do it. Okay.